Hello, welcome to Liz Rocks and Stuff. I'm Liz, and it's time for a little bit of a different video. I am over the next 6 weeks going to be going through these rock advent calendars that I got. So now, clearly, this is meant to be a knockoff of this. I believe I paid about $25 for this one. I paid about $20 for this one. And I'm gonna kind of compare them, see how they turn out. So now this one is just gemstones. This one is rock, mineral, and fossil. I actually got the National Geographic version of this last year. So I still have, hard to see, but these are all of the rocks I got out of the fossil version of this advent calendar last year. There's standard stuff in here. There's, you know, your brachiopods or whatever that is. I'm not a fossil person, I have no idea. That's an agate, the jasper, not sure what, that's a tiger's eye, I think. So I have all of the stuff that I got out of this from last year, so I can do a comparison on that, in addition to just how, in general, these are. So I am going to, over 6 weeks, pick out 4 of these stones from each of these, and we'll just kind of see how that goes. So it's gonna be a shorter video, but that's okay. So we're gonna start out with the National Geographic version. So first of all, when you open this, it's nice, it's held closed with Velcro. It shows you all of the different rocks you can get in this here, and then you have your advent. It says open this window right away. If I remember from last year, this is like a, yeah, so this came with jewelry settings and a little bag to keep everything in. And this is for your last day when you get, I believe this is what was in there. It's in some like a plaster type thing. So we're gonna do 4. So we're gonna start with number 1, and we're gonna try and figure out what these are as we pull them out. So our first rock looks like a tiger's eye to me. And it is smaller. This is the tiger's eye I got last year. But yeah, so this is almost certainly tiger eye. See if I can find it over here. Tiger's eye right there. And then number 2. Number 2. That looks like obsidian. Yep. So that's obsidian. I didn't get obsidian last year. I got snowflake obsidian. Again, I had a much bigger rock last year. Number 3. This looks like aventurine, or maybe jade. That might be jade. I did not get jade last year. And then number 4. That is jasper, red jasper. So very small rocks compared to last year, but we're not comparing this to last year. We're going to compare this to the knockoff version. We're going to keep these separate so that at the end I can compare them all together. So this one is not held closed. It's still just as, feels like just as sturdy of a box. This actually feels a little bit sturdier. Again, we have all of the rocks you're going to get over here. And so now this doesn't have a, you know, open this first. So we're just going to dive into number 1. See what's in here. All right, so we get a rock in addition to some chisels and supplies. I assume to do the same thing at the end over here, we're going to get a something to dig out of a crystal. So magnifying glass, that's, you know, okay. And then this looks like an agate to me. I'm not sure what kind of agate. Maybe it's the Sakura agate. It could be that. I'd have to look up and see what that is. That says it's a pale pink flower burst. Maybe not. Maybe it's this white turquoise. Who knows? All right, so moving on to number 2. This looks like apatite or potentially lapis lazuli, but I think that's probably apatite. And by the way, this, in the other one, they're not separate. This has a plastic lining on the inside, whereas the this one has like cardboard in between. Just another difference between them. This is a lot louder. Also a little harder to get into. All right, this is tiger's eye. That's pretty easy to pick out. And then number 4. Trying not to tear the box apart, but it is not cooperating. That, I think, is Amazonite. I believe that's Amazonite. So, for the cheaper $18 version, and there was also a cheaper version I was gonna get, but I decided not to. So these are the first 4 from this Learning and Collection. And then these are the first 4 from National Geographic. If we're comparing the two, as far as like size, quality, I mean, honestly, they're about the same between the two of them. But we'll see. So I'm going to release 1 video a week over the next 6 weeks to go through all of these, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. Thanks.